there we go. I had to tablet turn off the music, apologies. Noobs Gone Wild are able to pick up that knife round anyway, so they'll be able to choose what side they want to start on. Likely will be the CT side. Apologies for the dog in the background. But yeah, we have Noobs Gone Wild facing off against Dreamchasers. I believe Dreamchasers are a mix, but they have some really strong players and some very experienced players also coming into this Devil Walk. He's won a major. And Kala also back in 1.6. He was a very experienced player. He was probably within that top 10 player margin. So he's going to bring in a lot of experience and skill also. So indeed, we go live into the pistol round now. Dreamchasers, let's see what they're going to pick up. Emilio, he's going to be the man that goes for that utility. The rest of the players on the Kevlar. Over on the CT side, Firot, he's actually not going to buy anything at all. That's strange. Unless he dropped something over. No, he didn't. So Hawks, he's the one on the kit also. And it looks like Firot wants to go aggressive on mid. He spots out a couple of players and he's instantly going to fall off and just use this info for his team. Falling back now to try and just hold this angle and hope that some players come into his crosshair. And he will be able to spot him out. And he hits a nice shot onto Kala. Needs to be careful though. As I mentioned, he doesn't have Kevlar. But I was going to say aim punch could be a factor. Doesn't matter when you get headshotted like that by Bone Crusher. And now they should be the T's making their way back over towards B site. They have been heard though. Wolf, he's in a good position to hear his footsteps. And now they execute into B. It will indeed be coming in lane. He starts it off strong. Taking down Slapping. Nice trade from Bone Crusher though through the smoke. And that's his second into the round now. And we're down to a 3 versus 3. A little bit of damage exchanged onto the terrorist side. But they should at least be able to get the bomb down. And then try and play this after plant. Nice shot from Hawks. They're able to take down Devil Walk. And now Bone Crusher and Emilio, the two last men standing. Bone Crusher down to 40 HP. Emilio doesn't have Kevlar to work with. And Bone Crusher, he really needs to start hitting these headshots. He has 2 already to his name. He needs to find more and he won't be able to do so. He goes down. Now Emilio, 1 versus 3. Will he be able to clutch it is the question. The smoke goes down to block his vision off. And now Wolf going for the knife. He will be able to get it. He gets the backstab and there we go. It's Noobs Gone Wild that pick up that pistol round. And I believe we'll just see the full eco now coming in from Dreamchasers, as I mentioned. They did get the bomb plant, of course, so they'll be able to purchase up fully into the following round. A couple of pistols upgraded, a Deagle onto Bone Crusher because of that couple of kills he was able to pick himself up, and P250s onto the rest. Other than Emilio, he's just going to opt to pick up a flash instead. It's always good to have one flash. It can allow you to get multiple kills if used correctly. And over on the CT side, a fairly standard buy DLC with this meted UMP. It has been nerfed, but it's still very viable. As you can see, Laney peeks out on the monster, able to take down Bone Crusher. And that's the Deagle gone. That was the weapon they were looking for, those long range picks with. Now the rest of the players looking to try and find anything over towards A. And Kala actually will start it off well. He catches Hawks as he tries to fall off. And we're into a 4 versus 4. That one kill there, not so bad. Unluckily for them, the weapon that they retrieve, it's only an MP7. And at the terror side, they look to be slowing it down, trying to make the CTs doubt themselves, try and double gas themselves and rotate around a bit. But as we can see, it's a 4 versus 4, so the CTs, they're just going to keep 2 to either side. They don't really have to take any risks currently. They know they're up against players without Kevlar. I'm speaking too fast, apologies. I will try to slow it down. It looks like we will eventually see an A hit coming in. As the bomb, it is in the hands of Devil Walk currently. He's currently on A long, and it looks like a little bit of a fake trying to be sold towards B. That's Emilio. He did get spotted, but at this point it may even be obvious that it's a fake. The CT is rotating back up towards A rather. Firot, he's been mollied off, it doesn't matter. He still has vision with the UMP, able to get himself 1, and Wolf with a double. And that's the round shut down now. Emilio, he doesn't really have a chance here. All he has is a P250 to work with, and he is against 4 players. He could maybe find one more. Both Firot and Wolf are quite tagged. If he's able to take down either of these players, it could maybe be a little bit more economical damage for them to work with. Yeah, man, I know you're not. I know you're not hating, man. I'm sure it's quite hard for people to understand me without my accent and speaking fast, especially for non-native English speakers. Nah, he's not a hater, man. I want feedback. It's the best. I'll try slow it down for now anyway. Usually I'm casting leagues that are mostly native English speakers, so it's alright when I go a little bit faster, but we'll keep it a little bit slower for now. And here we go, the first gun round is going to be coming in. 2 UMPs kept onto the CT side. Firot going to pick up that AWP, and all rifles of course onto the T side. Slap with a really nice find early on, able to take Firot down. I don't think he quite saw that player peeking up above the ramp position, and now it's a 1-man advantage for Dreamchasers. They've started it off well, and that's their big weapon that's been dropped. They do still have these 2 rifles to work with, of course, but they also have 2 UMPs, and a nice spot there from Hawks, but he's not able to win the fight out. It's Slap that takes him down, and this is a really good start for Dreamchasers right now. And we can see the CTs, they continue to get aggressive. They're trying to take this back. They'll actually be able to do so successfully by taking down Kala. But but they are still, of course, at a little bit of a disadvantage. And thank you for the follow, whoever that was. I thought I had that turned off. And here we go now to CTs. We can see this gamble they're taking. They're going to rotate themselves back up to A site. When you have a disadvantage, this can be the correct decision. And it looks like the bomb, it is still close to A. A lot of time for it to rotate back if it wanted to. But Wolf, he's actually spotted out now. Peeking out with the flash. He's not going to be able to find it. Wolf is able to trade though. And Wolf and Nextfox in a 2 versus 3. Of course, still a winnable situation. They don't have any utility other than that smoke onto Wolf, and they don't have a kit. That's a bit of a problem. They do have control of the bomb though. Currently Slap trying to retrieve it. He won't be able to do so. And now we're back into a 2 versus 2, and it's kind of falling apart for Dreamchasers. They do have to retrieve the bomb. They have time to fall off if possible, and Devil Walk with a nice shot. He's only able to get the one though before being traded, and now it's Emilio. He has to win this 1 versus 1 versus Nextfox. It was such a good start to the round, and it's beginning to fall apart. He spots him out, and both players now aware of each other's position. The weapon advantage still in favour of the T side. Emilio, he can't back off the B. He doesn't have the time. He takes a dink. He's down to 2 HP, and it's getting difficult here from Nextfox. Is just wasting so much time, and he's able to win it out. There we go. He falls, and he should be able to retrieve himself a rifle. Yeah, I have Streamlabs turned off on OBS right now. I think I'll... Hang on, let me take Streamlabs off. Just while we're on an eco. I need to go into studio mode. That back in now. I've removed it from my OBS, so you shouldn't have that noise. Here we go though, a little bit of a force guy, a quasi coming in for Dreamchasers. Not starting off well though. Furat with the op able to use that weapon advantage at the range to take one down. It's actually a Bison coming in for Bone Crusher that's able to get one. Only one so far, but it doesn't matter. Devil Walk with the Tech 9 also takes one, and Wolf continuing to get aggressive. This could be a mistake if he loses his life. He does indeed. He takes one in the process though, at least, as we are down to a 2 versus 2. This is a winnable situation for Dreamchasers, of course. That nade though slowly chipping away at the HP of both players. And it's certainly winnable for Dreamchasers, but it won't be easy. They will have to put some effort into this. Laney in a great position though to try and catch these players if they fall back towards B. He needs to be careful though. If he pushes out, he gets spotted out by Bone Crusher, and he's not aware that this player's here. Caught off guard he is, and now this is the B side completely open. They should be aware Nextfox is instantly going to start rotating down, but he's actually going to go back once he hears that op shot from Devil Walk. And this is a bit of a problem now. He does have a kit though, so he will be able to go down and attempt this retake if he wishes to do so. Devil Walk spotting him out. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have a chance to go for the retake. He doesn't even get to see the bomb going down, as he will fall. Really nice round there coming in by Dreamchasers. They're able to capitalise only on the back of those pistols and a Bison on the Bone Crusher. So it was an interesting buy, but it worked out, and now it's Noobs Gone Wild that are forced onto the eco. Just 2 upgraded pistols, a Deagle and a P250, a flash on the Wolf. And that's all they have to work with other than these USPs. And it's basically a perfect buy right now coming in from Dreamchasers. Emilio, the only one that's slightly weaker without that head armor. That'll give those pistols a chance to be able to take him in one bullet. But he probably won't be going alone. He should know what they're facing off against currently. Players with this level of experience should be able to track the economy quite accurately, and now it's these 3 CTs that are in toilets that could maybe cause some damage. We see players coming up from connector. Cali though, he's able to spot out the first player, gets a small bit of damage, and we see Hawks, he's actually just trying to bait them into his teammates. It's not going to work out so well. He faces out on his own, gets one. Laney with the Deagle also takes one, but now it's Laney. He's the last man standing, the Latvian player. What will he be able to do? He has 3 more to find. This could be a pretty big play if he's able to pull it off, but I'm not so hopeful currently. The bomb now, it looks to make its way over towards A. Laney on long. He potentially could have walked his way up and tried to deny the plant, but I don't think he's going to be able to do so. As we can see now, there is a player spotting it for him. Devil Walk should be able to just get the bomb down, and he's going to be planting a safe also. So no chance right now for Laney, I don't think. No kit, no utility. Probably just going to go on ahead and try and find one of these weapons that were dropped by his teammates. And indeed he does, so he finds himself an AK. So carrying that over into the following round will allow him to get that extra utility, and that'll be pretty strong for his economy. As we can see, their money, it's not absolutely terrible, but only picking up 1900 in money bonus. It's a little bit of a problem considering Hawks only has 1500 to his name. And it actually looks like Dreamchasers are hunting, and a really nice shot there from Emilio. A nice flash comes in from his teammate, flashes Laney up, and he's able to just peek out and get the kill. So there we go. It's a second round onto the board for Dreamchasers, and will we see the buy coming out of Noobs Gone Wild is the question. 2 players looking a little bit weak, but it will be coming in. Hawks and Nextfox going to pick themselves up UMPs along with those utility. And the rest of the players are going to have the M4s to work with. So it's not terrible. A lot of close range angles you can use these UMPs in this map. And let's see what way Dreamchasers are going to approach this round. They look like they just want to continue going over towards mid and work in control towards middle and toilets. And also long, of course. But actually, the CTs, they're going to take a little bit of initiative. They're going to go aggressive. Slap though, while Flash able to take down Firot. He has 2 more to find. He gets another. 1 more, he won't be able to do so. It's Laney with the trade. And there we go now. That's definitely an advantage in favour of the T side. Slap, he's going to be doing a great job there, taking that 2-for-1 trade. And it looks like they just want to make their way straight into B. And it's currently a bit of a retake situation for the CTs. We saw the rotates after a little fight towards middle, and that means that the CTs, they've been locked out of the site. The bomb goes down, and now they have to try and retake it, and it's going to be really difficult with that UMP. Only 1 kit, the kit falls, and now it's all down to Laney. He's been spotted also, taking a lot of damage before getting 1 kill, and he will instantly be traded by the Norwegian player. So Noobs gone wild straight back onto this eco now. They might invest themselves into a couple of pistols, try and keep the economy of Dreamchasers low. They haven't really built it up all that strong. Bone Crusher, the only one with 7,000. The rest of the players, their economy is quite weak. So Dreamchasers, they want to start trying to get themselves some clean rounds here also now to build up the economy. Slightly better pistols this time for Noobs gone wild to work with than in the previous eco, but still, you're not going to be really too hopeful. You can't really underestimate them either. It is CSGO after all. We know what damage they can do. And as I say that, Wolf able to get 1. Hawks also takes 1. And it's next Fox from the flank. He gets 1. He might get a second. He doesn't, but he does do the damage, which allows Wolf to finish him off. And there we go. It's all down to Slap. And he's wondering what just happened to his team as he tries to make his way up short now in a 1 versus 4. And it's a dink from Hawks. And this should be the end of the round. I don't see Slap being able to clutch this out on 9 HP versus 4. Perhaps if he can just even drop a couple of weapons from the CT side. Don't allow them to carry over as many weapons as they potentially could. Don't allow them to build up that economy. I believe he just got spotted again also. And there we go. Through the smoke, it's Laney to finish off Slap. And there we go. Noobs gone wild. Taking the advantage back once again. And on a buy that didn't really look all that hopeful. Just a couple of pistols upgraded. Dreamchasers, as I mentioned, their economy, it wasn't perfect. They will be able to buy up though. Bone Crusher, he has the extra economy, so he's able to drop 1 over. He should be able to purchase up for himself now also. Potentially could take the AWP if he decides to do so. Will he is the question. He will, so he's going to be the one on it. We saw Emilio on it previously, but this time he's working with the AK. Slap onto the UMP. It's not a bad buy by any means though. Now the T side once again going to be making their way towards the middle, sending a couple of players towards connector also, and looking to just get this map control. It seems like Devilwalk going to be the player lurking outside a monster currently. Firot, he seems to like this angle with the AWP. We saw him having a pretty good time with it last time, and this time he's able to take down Bone Crusher. I said time way too many times there, and I'm gonna continue to do so apparently. So Dreamchasers, they do lose 1 player in the process. They're able to take control of the B water position though. The CTs, they weren't contesting it, just playing passive on B site. That seems to be their standard setup. And I like this now, the op. He's playing a little bit of a bait and switch role here for Hawks. Hawks just hiding in behind this little bench position. It's Firot though. He has to be careful. He knows this player's running up long, and this could be dangerous. That smoke allows Emilio to get himself right onto the site. And there we go. It doesn't matter. Hawks is in a great position. I'm not sure if he'll be aware that Emilio is behind him. He gets himself a second headshot, putting in some great work here. And he does seem to be aware that the player could potentially be behind them. It's being called. He seems really weary of his position, and indeed he gets it. Emilio did take 1 in the process. That was Wolf, but it doesn't matter now as it was a 2 versus 4. Or rather a 2 versus 5. So now it's only Devilwalk. 4 to find. He gets some damage in onto Firot, but will he be able to get any more? The player to the right, he does expect it actually, because he had taken down some players previously, but Firot in a great position to almost trade it almost instantly. And now Dreamchasers onto this eco. We saw them taking eco successfully previously. They did have Kevlar that time though. This time just a couple of P250s and Glock on the Bone Crusher. And no utility either to work with. I wouldn't really count a Decai's utility. It's not very useful. And Emilio now looking to try and get up close in connector. Will he be able to do anything with P250? No, and they're getting mowed down. Auto director. I don't know why I swapped the 3rd person. That's strange, but it doesn't matter now. These terrorist players getting spammed down through the wall, looking to try and get anything done, trying to drop any weapons they can. They don't allow the CT to build up a really strong economy, and they're able to get 1. It's not really enough. Not too bad considering how small of an investment they actually did put into the round. So this will be the buy coming in once again. No op this time though, just 5 rifles. Perhaps could see a little bit of a pace swap up. I would like to see that. We've seen them taking it quite slow. When we saw them go fast previously with the Techman and Kevlar, they actually were able to win the round. looks like they're just going to continue doing what they've been doing in the previous rounds. Send a couple of players towards mid, a couple towards connector, and just sandwich up into this position, try and catch any aggressive players and take control of toilets. They are doing it a little bit faster though, as I mentioned, the pace. It could be swapped up, and it is indeed, and that's Kali. He catches Hawks off guard. He wasn't expecting these players so fast. Furroth in a great position though. He's been swapping it up with his AWP, taking down Kali. Trades it back into a 4 versus 4 with Dreamchasers. I would still say this favours the T side. They force the CT side to take those risks and split their defense up, and it makes it a little bit easier for the T's to try and find any weaknesses. As it looks like Dreamchasers actually want to head over towards B, making a lot of noise though. This will allow the CTs to begin their rotate. There is already one down here trying to hold the site. He's going to be playing back from Graffiti. The op tries to join him, and he won't be able to do anything. He does get taken down almost instantly. It's only Nextfox that takes one so far, 2 in favour of the T side, and it's a one-man disadvantage now for Noobs Gone Wild, but they do have a bit of a HP advantage. We can see Devil Walk and Bone Crusher, both of those players on 11 HP. Slap though, he's here to support his teammate. Nice little trade comes in. Laney was only able to take one, and this leaves it on the next Fox in a 1 versus 2. He knows the position of Slap, and Devil Walk is also low. The only problem is he's used that only smoke he had. He doesn't have any more utility in the bomb. It's starting to take away. He needs to get a move on here. And with both of these terrorists in different positions, just being able to play the bomb, I think this is going to be quite difficult. Devil Walk, he looks to peek in, but now he knows the player isn't on the bomb. He doesn't have to go ahead and peek, and next Fox, he's not even going to have any time. He's just going to start running away, try and save Devil Walk. He's not going to try and take him down either. He has to run away for himself because his HP is so low, but he doesn't actually survive. Does take the round, but Dreamchasers living with nobody means their economy coming into this round, it's going to be quite weak. They will be able to get AKs onto 4 of the players. Perhaps won't even purchase up 4 AKs though, because they will need some utility to work with, of course. Bone Crusher stuck onto a P90. It's an interesting weapon choice. And a UMP and the Mach 10 onto Emilio. So look at this buy. It's not very strong by any means. And the buy for Noobs Gone Wild, it's basically perfect. That op was even saved and dropped over to Furroth. And it's the same round once again from Dreamchasers. Just going straight towards mid. That player being flashed, but Kali actually gets team flashed, and that denies him trying to take that kill for himself. While fully flashed through the smoke though, does manage to pick himself up a dink rather. That is a pretty good start there for Dreamchasers. They take the advantage in HP early on. And now that UMP from Kali, it will be able to take down one. It also picked up a dink previously, as we mentioned. Will he be able to finish that player off? Not quite yet. Small bit of damage onto Wolf also, and he's just looking to try and get anything done. Spamming these smokes, hoping to get a little bit lucky perhaps. Now it looks like they want to make their way back over towards B once again. They've done so successfully in the previous round, and they're just jumping in with that P90. They're able to get the first. It's Furroth though with a double. He's been putting in some great work, up to 3 in this round I believe. And the problem is he's lost a lot of HP in the process, as we mentioned. Him and Wolf now, they have to look to retake this site 2 versus 2. They have the kits, they have the utility, 2 Molotovs, a smoke and some flashes to work with, and they are going to start throwing that in. And it's actually going to be a bit of a boost that comes in, but I don't think anyone from Dreamchasers currently is going to be facing any sort of position that's open to it. As now the smoke goes down onto the short. Slap though able to finish off the low HP player. Furroth, he's been putting in some good work, but he wasn't able to get another for himself, and now it's Wolf. He does take down Slap. Will he be aware of this player at sandbags? He is now. Kali spamming out, but it doesn't matter. Wolf, he doesn't have the time anymore. He is going to have to run away. He wouldn't have been able to get the kill and the defuse, so trying to run away, he will get denied by Kali. And there we go, a 5th round onto the board for Dreamchasers. And the CT side, they're actually going to go for a little bit of a quasi-buy, spending that extra money that they had available to themselves. Mostly pistols, but 1 UMP onto Furroth. And they should be aware of what the T is doing now. The T is, they love to just go for the same round, just sending players fast towards mid and a couple towards connector. It tends to be Devil Walk that also lurks outside of B, holding for any aggression. And then Wolf with the 5-7. He may be able to catch one player off, he will indeed. Fox is able to chime in and give him a little bit of an assist also. And there we go, an AK retrieved for the CT side. And 1 AK can be a very dangerous weapon, so they need to be careful. Slap on long though, he will be able to trade out onto Laney, and I believe a lot of damage being done onto the player and connector. Not all that much, but still, it looks like the CTs want to take a bit of a risk and just rotate their way up towards A. As we can see, the bomb, it's currently back towards Playground, so it hasn't committed itself towards either site yet. They do still have over a minute. It's Slap though that's going to be pushing up towards A. And I believe he may have just been heard, but apparently not. He gets one. Spray transfer, not going to be able to connect it. It's Nextfox with one of his own with the P250, and now all the players coming towards him. They don't even want to go back towards B. They want to commit onto this. A nice nade, chipping away the HP slowly. And Devil Walk, what a shot with the UMP. We've seen him hitting some pretty nice shots. A couple of rounds previously, I believe we saw a nice little flick with the AK in that exact position. Now a 6-6 scoreline. It has been evened up, both teams on the full buy. The ops onto both sides. Emilio going to be picking up for the T side. Firat over on the CT side, and they've both been playing fairly successfully with finding these picks. Right now though, they're not going to be facing off against each other. Both playing fairly passive. Emilio going to be waiting for the push on mid, and the same thing for Firat. As it actually looks like Dreamchasers have slightly swapped it up this time. They're playing it a little bit slower, but as in the previous rounds, they do send a couple of players over towards mid. It's Kali that's going to be going this time. And you can see this time they're going to be using their utility to try and take control of these positions. The flash though, it went away. It was taking a little bit too long to peek there, allowed Firat to get unblinded and able to take one down. And Devil Walk though, through the wood, takes down Wolf, back into a 4 versus 4 almost instantly. And that's the advantage that was taken early on by Noobs Gone Wild, just lost. Dreamchasers, of course, going to continue this split and pick style, just hoping to try and find some success on the entries. It hasn't been going so bad for them so far. Slap, though, going to be caught off guard by Hawks. He hasn't played this position quite yet. Wasn't expecting them to either. And Devil Walk, look at this, walking out on the B. Spots out the boost, a really nice shot. He's been playing well this game, we must say, and now it's the B side. It's up for taking for these 3 remaining players for Dreamchasers. They're able to walk their way in. The bomb, it's quite far back though, but it doesn't matter. Khaled taking down Firat in heaven with a nice shot at the AK. And now Hawks and Xbox, they're going to have a little bit of a problem trying to retake this site. They don't have much utility to work with, only a smoke and a flash. They do have a kit on the next Fox, but only the one. Devil Walk taking him down now. It's all down to Hawks, and he may just want to run away and save, but he will be denied even trying to do that. The flash goes in and allows Emilio to take him down rather. And a really nice 3k in that round by Devil Walk, I must say. Currently topping the scoreboard for his team with a 14-8 score. And now Dreamchasers, they take the lead for, I believe this may be the first time in the game. It is indeed. Once again a quasi-buy coming in for the CT side, just investing into these pistols and Kevlar. The T's, they know they have a weapon advantage and they're trying to just run into B. Laney actually does start off quite well with a deagle, but he won't be able to live for much longer. It's Kala with the trade. And a little fight coming in towards Connector. Actually drops the bomb over to the CTs. If Hawks can get this frag, this could be dangerous for the terrorists, but no, Emilio spots out one player in the water position, able to get a second, swapping over to the Tech 9, but he is a 1 versus 1 now. A nice little nade goes in, not as much damage as I thought, but he has the utility to work with. He's throwing the Molotov in, forces Hawks out of the position, and he has an AK, is he aware of this? And the wall bang from Emilio, it only does about 2 damage, but it will be enough in the end as he's able to catch him with the Tech 9 pushing towards him. I heard him being burnt by that Molotov, I believe. And now the last buy of this half, it's going to be not perfect for, well, I was going to say it's not going to be perfect, but I might not count it as perfect because of this AUG that we actually see picked up by Nextfox. Interesting choice. Dreamchasers, of course, do have a perfect buy for themselves. They'll be fully invested as it is the last round of the half. Emilio over towards Monster this time with the op. I don't think we've seen this yet. It's actually Firat who catches the first kill with his own op, and now the aggression, the CTs, they want to continue it. They're able to get a nice spray down. Hawks with a double, drops the bomb also, and slapping Emilio in a 2 versus 5. They're somehow going to have to try and retrieve that, and they're going to have 5 CTs to find in the process. Starting it off well there is Slap. He swats Laney down over towards the party, and it's actually all the frags coming in favour of the T-side right now. It's Slap with a double, Firat down in a nice position to cover this bomb indeed. A headshot onto Emilio, slightly overkill with the up, but he will be able to do it. And now it's Slap 6 HP, he has 2. He needs to find 3 more. He needs to pick up this ace clutch if he wants to be able to win this round for his team. Either way though, Dreamchasers, they have won this half out and they'll be quite happy with it. Slap now. He spotted out the first player, that's the one with the op. Hawks is here to help him though, and there we go. Hawks with a triple of his own, finishes the round off. So a pretty good half there coming in by Dreamchasers. Noobs Gone Wild, they did pick up the pistol also, you have to remember that, and Dreamchasers been able to win out the half on the T side is quite successful. As we mentioned previously, they do have a bit of an advantage in both firepower and experience, and when we say bit, it's quite a large amount. The experience over on Dreamchasers, especially having players such as Devil Walk, who's a major winner, it really is going to play in their advantage. And now it's the pistol round going live for the second half. This pistol round going to be really important for Noobs Gone Wild. It's really will mill in onto them if they're able to pick it up, and here we go. The buy, it's going to be some utility onto Fearoth over on the CT side. Slap, he's the man picking up the utility and the kit. And the T is they want to make their way outside on Monster. It seems like one player going to be lurking in the connector position, and the CT is going aggressive. They spot out a lot of players outside of Monster. That's a lot of info for them to work with. As you can see, it's actually a bit of a beast stack. Kali starting it off strong, takes down Hawks. And this isn't good for the T side. They've been spotted out, continuing to take the fights though, the CT side. This could get dangerous if they don't win their battles. They are going to come out on top of the damage also in favour of themselves onto Fearoth. And there we go, one more kill by Kali before he will be able to fall to Laney. And I think they'll be fairly happy with that trade. The CT is taking a little bit of a risk here, walking their way up towards A on the rotate, leaving B almost completely open. Only one player there to defend that, and it's definitely the right choice. As we can see, the terrorists currently making their way up A long. Noobs Gone Wild, they're going to have a little bit of a task at hand here, trying to penetrate this A defense. They do have a smoke on the next Fox that was retrieved off the body of one of their fallen teammates, I believe, and making a lot of steps now. Wolf not spotting out the player towards Zion, but he does spot the one towards Toilets. Able to get the dink also onto the second player, and this is when the A side defense, it is being completely torn apart. There's one more for Laney. The Latvian player chimes in. It's Slap who gets slapped down, and here we go now. Only Emilio will he be able to come in with a bit of a back play. I'm not so hopeful in all honesty. Coming up the stairs, he is smoked off. The kit, I believe it's down towards the truck position, so he might be able to retrieve that and give himself a chance into the round, but time, it's ticking away. He's being wary of his flank. There's no players there currently. It's a nice little setup currently from Noobs Gone Wild. They have this little bit of a triangle crossfire currently, and it's Laney who finishes it off with a headshot. There we go. Noobs Gone Wild, even in the score lineup once again. And Dreamchasers, will we see them invest into this round? We've kind of seen the full force buy after losing the pistol round kind of go away, especially when it's such a close scoreline. You don't really need to throw these rounds away. Actually, Cal is somehow getting himself a scout. He purchased it himself. The money on the thing on the left actually just didn't go down when he first bought it, so he's the only one who really invested into this round. The rest of the players just picking themselves up P250s. And Bone Crusher, he's actually just going to stick with the P2000, so he doesn't even upgrade. We might see him picking up the AWP. The terrorist side, of course, they are going to be wary. A lot of teams do tend to force buy after losing the pistol. And as we can see, they thought this was probably going to happen. They invest themselves into a lot of rifles. And it looks like the terrorists want to make their way over towards A long and use this range advantage that they have on their weapons. Actually, it's Kalu who has the range advantage with the scout. He gets one. He jumps up though. It's Laney with the trade. Wolf also takes down one. And now Hawks, he should have both of these players on the flank. He only gets the first. He kind of whiffs the spray there, you have to say. And that's a nice little UMP for Emilio to pick up for himself, to perhaps get a couple of kills. 2 frags already into it, and if he could potentially pick up a couple more, get 600 per frag, drop a couple more weapons, do some damage and allow himself to get closer to that op, that could be pretty big. But no, he will get caught off guard by next Fox. And there we go, Noobs Gone Wild taking the lead back. Show stats. Oh yeah, apologies. I'll try and remember to bring this up at the start of every round. So here we go, Laney, he's going to be the top performer currently over for Noobs Gone Wild. Over on the CT side, it is Devil Walk. He had a pretty strong T side. We saw him picking up some great entries. Kala, he's not too far behind. No one is really not carrying their weight. Bone Crusher's a bit behind at 8 to 14, but you can't really blame him. And it looks like a fast B this time coming in for Noobs Gone Wild. Going to be using these weapons that they have the advantage with the Mac 10 and the UMP. Going to be leading the way, starting it off really strong. Nice shot from Devil Walk though. Seems to be the trend of this game. He has been getting quite a lot of those, but it's the Mac 10s against these non-Kevlar opponents that are just completely tearing it apart. Emilio now with an AK. The problem is he only has 20 HP and no Kevlar to work with. And the bomb, it's actually going to go down on A. So this is Emilio basically out this round. He should probably just look to save this AK, but he's currently just in a position on A short. Don't know why when I try to press the number to swap specifically to a person it goes into third person. It's so strange. Emilio now, he has been spotted, so he should just be running away and saving this AK, but no, Fearoth, he knows he has an AK, so he's going to go ahead and hunt this with the Mac 10. And Emilio, why is he not saving this? He probably should be. And there we go. He's attempting a knife. He gives the AK back over to the terrorists also. And now it's a 10-8 lead for Noobs Gone Wild. The investment, of course, will be coming in by Dreamchasers. Bone Crusher, he's going to be the one on the op. We saw him pick it up once on the terrorist side. It tended to be Emilio mostly who picked it up, though. And Fearoth, he's just going to stick onto the AK for himself. Quite happy with this weapon. And it looks like we're going to see B-War aggression coming in. CT's looking to try and take themselves some map control to deny it to Noobs Gone Wild. Indeed, they do so. Cali, he's going to be the one spotting out Monster. Needs to be careful, could potentially get spammed down here. Going to be able to spot out a couple of Tracers, shoots back at them, and it's Laney who actually finds Emilio over towards B-Water. And that's a nice little advantage for Noobs Gone Wild, only losing 50 or so HP in the process. Yeah, this is the best of one, because it's for ESEA. So there we go, Cali going to continue facing. He's trying to get a refrag. It's not going to work out for him, though. He almost did catch one player falling off, brought Next Fox down to half HP, but a couple more players there from Noobs Gone Wild. They were able to give him cover as he retreated. And now Noobs Gone Wild, it looks like they just want to make their way back over towards the A side of the map. As I mentioned, they do have this one-man advantage. A slight weapon disadvantage though, as they do have this UMP and a couple of players are tagged up. And Devil Walk peeking at the Monster, he spots nothing out. This allows him to make a little bit of a rotate and go up and try and help these players towards A. Or rather, this player towards A. It's only Bone Crusher with the op, but he has the long range angle. This is when it could be dangerous for Noobs Gone Wild. Facing off against this op rather. They need to be able to get this trade quite fast. And the Molotov goes in, but they don't wait for it to land. It doesn't matter. Bone Crusher going out into the open, gonna get taken down, and it's Fearoth. He's showing he can use this AK just as well as he can use the op. Picking up 2 headshots on the entry. Now Callie and Slap, the Norwegian and the Swedish player, they have to come together to try and clutch it out. Callie able to start off strong, but he loses his teammate in the process, and now 15 HP and probably doesn't have too much hope. And here we go, Kala. He will be able to save this M4, but they need to start getting some rounds on the board on the CT side. We've seen Noobs Gone Wild. They're putting up a strong terrorist side to start it off. Able to take that 11-4 lead now, 4 in a row. So this means the money bonus for Dreamchasers will be building up. They'll get 3,400 into the next round. And now a small investment coming in from Dreamchasers. That's all it'll be. The M4 rather saved for Kala, and MP9 invested into Emilio, and a couple of pistols upgraded. And we see Noobs Gone Wild. They know they're facing off against mostly pistols as well as the saved M4, so they're not going to be playing all that aggressive. They could potentially get caught off guard here by Devil Walk though. He's pushing aggressive with this Deagle. Well, with this Deagle rather. It's not the best weapon though by any means. Caught off guard himself by Next Fox. Had a little bit of a nice bit of game sense there to catch him. To be aware that the player could be pushing. A nice shot from Fearoth taking down Bone Crusher. That's a 2-man disadvantage early on for Dreamchasers, and a massive firepower disadvantage as we mentioned. They only have the one rifle as well as that SMG to work with. And then Noobs Gone Wild, what will they decide to do? It looks like they want to make their way back towards B. Just selling a little bit of a fake on mid, throwing out some utility. Emilio, I believe he may have been hurt there, but the same going back towards Hawks. Emilio should have been able to hear that player dropping off of the little crate that was in back of connector. Emilio though, up close to this MP9. This is when this weapon can be quite dangerous. He only gets one though, not able to get a second. Laney in position to trade. And this probably will be the round for Noobs Gone Wild as the B side is completely clear. Kala may even just look to save this M4 once again. We see Slap, he doesn't have a weapon for himself, so he is trying to get himself a couple of exits. It doesn't go all that well. He picks up one nice headshot, but gets traded almost instantly. And Laney, the timing on that there, but it doesn't matter. He hears the steps just a couple of seconds later. I believe he was expecting a flash, and maybe a flash did come in. I wasn't quite paying attention myself. And now the buy round coming in once again. This is the second buy round of the half, and this is when Dreamchasers, they need to start getting some rounds onto the board. We saw them playing aggressively in the previous gun round. This time they're just going to opt to try and keep control of the sites. They have one player pushed up in toilets, but that's going to be it. Swapping their style to be a bit more passive, because they know that Noobs Gone Wild themselves are playing a pretty passive pick and just waste style over on the T side, hoping that the CTs rather will make a mistake and push into them. So Dreamchasers, they don't really want to do that this time. So this is looking to be a pretty slow round. Map controller will begin to be taken now by Noobs Gone Wild as they send a couple of players up A long, looking to try and get control of this, give them some options over towards A, and they probably will go for the toilets after, but it's a nice opening from Firod. Catches out Bone Crusher as he peeks out onto long. Wasn't expecting that player to be there by any means, and now it's an opening once again for Noobs Gone Wild. And they're looking really strong so far in this T side. They get an opening on long, and it actually looks like they may just instantly fall back over towards B. 2 CTs currently up on the A side also means that only 2 to defend the B side. Kala along with a slap, I believe it is, and Kala peeking out, gets a lot of info, but he only gets 1 frag in the process, loses his life. Luckily enough, Devil Walk has a Molotov and a nade to try and slow down the push, and he actually gets dinked through the woods, so it's not a good start for him. That player in heaven gets taken down by Hux with a great shot, and now it's not looking good for the remaining 2 CTs. They have to get some massive work done here. As I said previously, Dreamchasers, they need to start getting some rounds onto the board, and it's only Devil Walk, and he's going to get taken in by Firot, who's been putting in some great work with his AWP. And now once again, it seems like we've been saying this quite a lot, but it's an eco for Dreamchasers. It's all we've been saying on their CT side. They haven't been able to get anything rolling, haven't picked up a single round, and it's now 6 in a row for Noobs Gone Wild. The scout of Calido not able to get the frag, does get the tag, but that's going to be it. Apologies, I keep forgetting to bring up the scoreboard, that's my bad. Go ahead and show off for a couple of seconds, and now we'll put it back down as it looks like the T side, they know what they're facing off against once again in Eco, just playing extremely passively. This may even be the most passive round we've seen from them so far. And now it looks like they just want to group up and go towards the site together, as they do make their way towards middle, so they may be favouring their way over towards this A side of the map. When you have such a big advantage with weapons, really all you have to do is trade it out. I'm going to leave one player here to hold the flank in case of a B push, any B aggression, looking to try and get the rotate in behind the players, but it doesn't look like the CTs are doing that quite yet. They did push up B water, but it doesn't look like they're going to push behind Monster, and Firot going to be hoping that a player will give him a pick over towards long. He spots out one player, that's going to be Calla with the scout, jumping back and forth, just trying to get himself a little bit of info. And he isn't able to do it. He loses his life. He got the tag early on to the round, but he's not able to find anything else, and it's slap now. Players are watching Connector though, so his little rotate up isn't going to work out. He was looking to try and get a bit of a backstab, and now it's Devil Walk and Bone Crusher. Both have Deagles, not the best weapons by any means for a retake, and there we go. They take one, but that's going to be it. It's Laney who finishes it off. And now 14 rounds onto the board for Noobs Gone Wild. One more for match point, and one more after that for the game. As now Dreamchasers, this is going to be their last chance with a full buy. If they're not able to pick this up, this may be the game over towards Noobs Gone Wild. And even then, it's going to be a bit of a mountain to climb for Dreamchasers, even if they do start mounting this comeback. Slap though needs to be careful, doesn't want to lose his life early on, and he actually will be able to get the first frag. Next Fox in a position to trade though, it does favour the T side. Devil Walk going to continue this CT aggression, taking down one more. And we do eventually end up after that battle with an advantage in the favour of the CT side, but it's Cali not able to connect the op shots. A very capable player, but sometimes a little bit inconsistent from what I've seen with that op, especially from when we was back on Epsilon recently. And now it's a one-man advantage in favour of Noobs Gone Wild. Bone Crusher and Devil Walk have to try and get something done here if they want to keep their team into the game, potentially able to take down Wolf, so that's a nice little opening for themselves to work with. Firot though, with the op, he's been doing a great job, as I mentioned previously. I'm just going to say this every time, because he's somehow reading these positions from the CTs every single time. It's Devil Walk. He was attempting to walk his way up mid, he gets taken down. I'm not quite sure if you heard that child screaming in the background, but apologies. Is now the T side. They look to make their way into B. Bone Crusher. He has read this indeed. He's down towards graffiti, and I don't know why every time I click onto a player to try and spectate them specifically, it does that. It's so strange. It's only with the ESEA Go TV, so I don't know what's up with it. Hello, Boogie Bagel. Children in my basement? Nah, they're downstairs. Little cousins, you know. Right aheads. Alright, here we go now. The last round, potentially, of the game. And it's actually not a bad buy by any means coming in for Dreamchasers. I said it was going to be weak. It's not that bad. 4 M4s, 1 UMP. A decent amount of utility. It's not great, though. They are down to 1 smoke already. They do have a lot of flashes, though. The only problem is, once they run out of smoke, this B site can be quite hard to hold. And it looks like currently Noobs Gone Wild want to just stack their way up outside Monster and eventually make their way in towards B. You're bored when I duo cast. I'm just about done with this right now, and I think this is the last game I'll be casting tonight. I better go study. I have exams in the morning, so it looks like the Tias indeed are going to make their way in through Monster, and this is a little bit of a change up. We haven't seen them making any contact plays, and it does indeed catch Devil Walk off guard. That's Laney with the opening frag, the Latvian player coming in strong, and it's his second one. It's actually Next Fox who takes that. Laney does take the assist though, and this should be the bomb going down, and potentially the game for Noobs Gone Wild. A little bit of a block coming in there. Fox, he's a bit angry at his teammate. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you blocking me? And indeed, the bomb now, it will finally go down. Not before 2 players taking a lot of damage because of that little bit of a misplay. That nade though, finishing off Slap. That's going to mean that Bone Crusher and Emilio, they're going to have to try and clutch it out 2 versus 5 to save their team, or potentially they are going to go down 0-3 in ESEA Main. Emilio starting it off strong, but 4 more to find. It's not going to be easy. That Molotov going down, cutting off their route into the site, and now it's going to be Wolf that takes 1 before being traded, leaving it only onto Bone Crusher. 43 HP and a Dream, but I don't think this Dream is going to come true. As people have said, Dreams don't always come true, and there we go. Freeroth, he's going to be able to take down Bone Crusher, and that's a 16-8 victory in favour of Noobs Gone Wild.